Hello everybody. Welcome back to
The Wonderful Beautiful Podcast.
See, I haven't podcasted in a really long time, and I have an excuse, and it's because I don't want to. No, it's just that, well, for one, I didn't have much time. Because silly, amazing me, I realized that my finals week and my merch launch is like on the same day. So I kind of like, I was drowning in work. Not really drowning. I feel like I've drowned in work before, but I was like, how do I say this? I was threading, not drowning. And at the same time, I was also like, I didn't want to podcast alone. It's kind of sad. I really wish I could like podcast with somebody else. I don't know. I want to podcast. I mean, it feels narcissistic to just talk to myself the whole time. I'm honestly like super extremely sick of my voice. Like 99% of the time, the reason why it takes me forever to freaking shoot a video is because I'm so freaking sick of my voice. By the way, I'm using a tiny mic right now. In case you don't see me, I'm using a tiny mic because I can't find my other mic for some reason. Also, I'm in bed. Like I'm just giving you like a visual of what I actually look like, but like I'm in bed. I'm like freaking, I'm tired. I just finished filming a video. I mean, I'm not like physically tired, you know what I mean? It's just that like mentally I am. Does that make sense? Because I filmed a misogynistic, one of those videos that require a lot of brain. And I know that those types of videos, like the ones where I talk about feminism, misogyny, and all that stuff, that type of video, it requires a lot of brain. And it's not just, you know, it's not that I have difficulty to explain things. I know that I can explain things as well as I want to. It's just that I know all the mind gymnastics that people are gonna throw at me once it's posted. Like I know all the men and all the other people out there who are just like not open to anything. I just know that they're, you know, like for some reason I still have that at the back of my mind, which I'm trying not to do because it's not doing me any good. It just, you know, if I just keep letting that get in the way of me making those types of videos. And anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but today I actually am going to talk about my merch, which I mean, not just my merch. I think I'm going to answer some other questions. I'm just going to talk in general, you know me, dal angel. But I am going to be answering some questions about the merch. This is called advertising. This one is sent by Tote. This is Brian. He was my best friend when we were in 5th grade, but now he's in a different country. Anyways, he said, toughest part of making your merch. Miss you, my guy. Much love. Keep doing you, heart. Aw, I love him so much. He's great. Anyways, toughest part, I think the journals were tough because it's the one that took like a really long time to make. Like that took a long ass time. Like, it took me like 3 months to be made and at the same time be delivered here. So I would say that that's the toughest part of it. The second toughest part, I guess, is I was just like really anxious. I was like, if nobody gives a shit, what if nobody wants to buy it? Like I was very unsure about it when Hiraya first reached out to me. I was like, I'm not really sure because I feel like, I mean, I never saw myself making merch. Like even when I was like daydreaming about being a YouTuber and shit, I never saw myself making merch. It was like not in my cards. Like it's not something I considered at all because for me, I was like, what's the point of making merch? Like I don't know, like who cares? I was like, I'll make it for somebody else. I'll make it for the charity. I mean, I'm still gonna earn money from it, but I want to have like a charity. Friends would be like, oh, we're gonna, like my close friends, they'd be like, oh, we're gonna buy merch. I'm like, no, it's okay, you don't have to do that, it's fine. And then like even when you guys say like, oh, I don't have money, like I really want to buy some but I don't have money, I'm like, it's okay, you don't have to. And then my friends are like, what kind of, why are you doing this if you don't? I know, it's so freaking weird. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up. What inspired you to make merch? As I said, this is from Rowie. Oh my god, wait, I'm gonna wear the headband that Rowie gave me. Hold on. Actually, she gave like a bunch of different stuff from like crochet stuff. See, this is what it looks like. It's like a white crochet headband. Ta-da! Actually, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. Hopefully I am. But she gave me like a bunch of different colors, and then she also gave me like some coasters and stuff. Anyways, I segued again. Go check out Rowie Sells if you guys want some cute crochet stuff. Inspired me to make merch. As I said, I never really planned on making merch at all. Like it's not something that I ever thought about. Like 0%. Then Hiraya reached out to me and I was like, and I was also like on my no November journey. I was like, you know what? Why do you keep depriving yourself of all that stuff? Like, why do you keep saying no to things? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go get a freaking merch line. That's fun. Bakit walang code or cash on delivery? There was just like a problem when it first launched, but there is. You can like check it out right now. There is cash on delivery. They already fixed it. Fave Taylor Swift album. I think I already mentioned this in a live, but my fave Taylor Swift album is probably either Reputation or Lover. I just love it so much because like I tend to get like super angry. So every time I'm like super angry and I feel like a bad bitch, I want to be an asshole to everybody, I play Reputation. But if I hate, I absolutely. But then like afterwards, I'm like, no, I must repent. I have to be nice. I have to be you know, that's like the duality of those two albums. I'm like, yeah, those are the two albums that I lean towards the most. How was this whole pandemic experience like for you? I'm not even gonna... I would love to answer this honestly, but it's not something that I think I need to put out into the internet. So I'm gonna skip that question, but just know that there are goods and there are bads, you know? Especially 2021. Actually... I'm not even gonna talk anymore. Okay. How's it like juggling YouTube and college together? Any tips? What editing software do you use? Well, it's okay. Thing is, I have this mentality where I'm like, I'll just suffer a lot, like as early as possible, and then I can just like relax. So every time it's like enlistment days, I would max out all my units. That way I can like have like less and less subjects as far as it goes. And then while it was online class, like while it was online class, I made sure to do all the subjects that I know I'll hate doing in real life. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do math first. I'm gonna do like the Filipino subjects first because I know I'm gonna suck at those. So I did all of them. Like I kind of just like let myself mass suffer so that I can just like enjoy at the end. I'm the type of person, I like delayed gratification. Like maybe it's because I'm like one of my dominant planets just in Saturn. I know it sounds like such an astrology thing, so I'm sorry I keep putting astrology into everything. But like I like delayed gratification. Like what I would do, like even when I eat, I would, for example, I'm eating shrimp, I would peel all of my shrimp, all of it. Like I'd organize my food first before I actually eat it. Or if I'm like, even if I'm eating chicken or a steak or something, I would slice it into like little chunks first, and so that I can like easily put like the meat and then the vegetables and then the rice. And then I like to, I don't know, I like preparing things. I like to let myself wait, even though I can literally just do it already. But like I don't know, I just like delayed gratification. I also like sometimes I feel my freaking friends hate me for this, but I wouldn't reply to their messages because I would wait till like the night and be like, no, I can't reply to them yet, because replying to them means like engaging in a conversation, and then when I engage into a conversation, it's gonna last a long time. Therefore, I have to finish all my tasks before I actually engage in a conversation with them. And sometimes it's an emergency, and you know, I've had like friends that get really like seriously pissed about it, and I'm trying to work on that now. I'm trying my best to just reply the instant that they message me. But anyways, what even was the question? Why am I going through how's it like juggling YouTube and college together? Honestly, it is busy. I don't really, even though it's like really, really busy, I feel like it's also rewarding in a sense, because for one, okay, I'm gonna be like completely transparent with you. You get bragging rights, right? And you get money. And like, all I'm saying is, if you want to start making content, if you want to start being a freaking YouTuber, like, do it now. Just freaking do it, man. Who fucking cares if they cringe at you or whatever? Like, I mean, not to be an asshole, not to sound like a complete dick and a show off. This is just my way of motivating you to do something. I mean, you don't have to do something, but like, if you're still like overthinking, like you want to do something but you're still overthinking it, like, I mean, if you're in a good state of mind to be doing something, go ahead and do it. Because one, you get to brag about it, man. Just think of the big ego boost. It feels like your dick grew 12 inches longer, you know? Okay, next. How did you come up with "We Are Restoring the Matriarchy"? Thank you, Angel. I love you. Okay, so I love you too. I saw... So basically, I just knew that it had to be... I jotted down a bunch of random words, and I would get it from my... so much random words that I just jotted on here. I tried to put as much of myself into the merch. I didn't want it to be fucking basic. I didn't want it to be, you know, like a line that everybody has heard before. I feel like I wanted it to be extremely unique. I can't. Never mind. My laptop is dead. So basically, I just worked around like a few concepts that I think really describe me, and mine is like, so it's mostly like witchy, feminine, feminist. I like flowers. I like girly stuff. I like, you know, I like divine feminine shit. Everything that is just, I wanted it to just be me, like extremely me. At first, the t-shirt wasn't gonna happen. It was just gonna be a journal and a tote bag. But then you guys requested some t-shirts, so we ended up making some t-shirts. But anyways, for the tote bag, so I was only thinking about a tote bag and a journal. So I was thinking a journal is something that's personal. So for the journal, I want it to be something that's personal, like an affirmation for yourself, to be like a manifestation journal, something where you put your thoughts in. And I wanted people to realize how powerful the mind is. So I was like, you know, the mind is magic. That's why I made it The Mind is Magic. And since, as I said, I really like, you know, vintage looking things, feminine, like fairy tale-y type of things, and I wanted to make it look like one of those old storybooks. That's where the design came from. And at the same time, and also like one of the main concepts that I wanted to put is Philippines, like Filipino. It has to be angel, Filipino, feminist, magical. That's literally what I wanted to happen. And those, I'm assuming, I actually didn't make the design for the corner parts because I was like, I don't trust myself with those. So, and like the corner parts are like Filipino patterns inspired. So I didn't want it, like, even though it's like traditionally Westernish, like storybooks are designed like those, I still wanted the patterns to be more like Filipino like. And then for the We Are Restoring the Matriarchy, I wanted something that would kind of like, I didn't want to trigger anybody, but I was thinking that if somebody is gonna walk around, because it's a tote bag, so you're gonna walk around with it. Like, it's different for the journal because the journal is so personal. But if you're walking around with a tote bag, I was thinking I can't waste the opportunity to have people walking around with something and it's like, I didn't want it to be like some cheesy line or something. I wanted it to be something that is going to invoke something in other people. So I definitely wanted it to be like kind of advocacy. I wanted it to be sending a message out there. And I was like, what is something that I want, like strong women who are bad bitches, who have something to say? What is it that I want them to walk around? Like, what is a message that I want them to walk around with? And I was like, which it took a really long time before I got to the idea of We Are Restoring the Matriarchy. There was like so much other things. Like, I wanted to put like fuck the patriarchy, which is a good thing I didn't put fuck the patriarchy, because Hiraya made like a Taylor Swift, what do you call this? That's when like All Too Well came out, and then everybody was doing fuck the patriarchy, and then Hiraya also did a fuck the patriarchy statement, and I was like, oh my god, good thing I didn't put fuck the patriarchy. Because, but anyways, for restoring we are restoring the matriarchy, I wanted it to be a manifestation. So it's not like, it's kind of like an advocacy, but it's mostly like a manifestation. So like the design of the We Are Restoring the Matriarchy, it's actually designed to look like a tarot. So traditionally, when you look at a major arcana tarot card, the tarot card has like the Magician, the Empress, the Fool. It has like the label of what the major arcana card is, and then it has like the numbers and stuff. I wanted to make it like a Filipino version of that, so I put ang babaylan. And if you guys don't know what a babaylan is, it is like one of those like the high-ranking women in pre-colonial times in the Philippines before we got colonized. Women were actually the ones who were in power. They were the ones who held high political positions. They were healers. And men who want to be babaylans, like trans women was already a thing. Like their trans women happened way before now. Like they have existed for a very, very long time. So I wanted to, a patronage. Oh my god, am I using that line correctly? I wanted to make sure that, the history is there. I really wanted to put like a lot of thought into that one, because I know that it's a manifestation. I know that I want this to come true. I want to restore the matriarchy. I want, and I get it, And I wanted to put we. Okay, let's break down into we, because I've always seen like the community I've made, not really, I don't know if I've made it, but I've always seen it as like a team of people, a team of women, a group of women, women in general. Even even if you're not a woman, like just people in general, like people who come together. Wow, unity. Bongbong Marcos ka, girl. But like, you know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you like a little background. So when witches are to perform spells, it becomes stronger when it's not just one person. So it becomes stronger if there's more people. That's why you see like in movies and stuff, it's always like Winx Club, you know, it's like Witch, WITCH, the other one. It's like they're always together in like in a circle. It's a group of friends. It's because it's so much like, you know, like things are so much stronger when you do it with other people. So I was saying we as a whole, we are restoring the matriarchy. And then restoring, I already mentioned why I put restoring there, but as I said, ang babaylan, the matriarchy is something that has always been in the Philippines. It was just replaced, but it was always there. And I think that there's like, we were just extremely off balance. We had like so much craft before in pre-colonial times, but it was like demonized. People thought that, you know, like if you are into like tarot cards, you're a demon and all that stuff. Like that could be true for some people, but it's like something that was like demonized for a really long time, and I think that it's absolutely ridiculous. So I could give you an entire lecture on that, but I'm not gonna do that. So yeah. Oh, and at the same time, the flower, I don't know if you saw it, but like in the flower design of the We Are Restoring the Matriarchy tote bag, that's actually my hand, and that is also my flowers that I dried. See, when I was trying to come up with a design for it, I didn't want it to be, as I said, I didn't want it to be basic. I didn't want it to be from some stock photo, traced from a stock photo. I want it to be something that is original to me. So that's my hand and flowers that I dried, and I'm the one who outlined the flowers in my hand, and I drew it. Hiraya did a lot of the work as well. I gave them the initial ideas. The original design that I made is extremely different from what it is now, and I'm so proud of what they made it. I was able to give them comments and be like, I wanted to do this and do that. Sometimes I get scared because they're like, oh my god, what if they think I'm super bossy and whatever. But like, I just really wanted that. I'm very used to doing work myself, so it was strange to me to have other people help and work in other things. But yeah, and I also wanted to put we are restoring the matriarchy because, you know, it's a flower. Flowers are very feminine and stuff, and they were dried flowers. They were preserved flowers, and when you preserve the matriarchy, it's always there. It's like a reminder that what was always there is there. Ay, so deep, no? Daming pinag-isipan talaga niya. Like, you can plant more flowers and restore the matriarchy. It's just a reminder that it's preserved and it's there, you know? Ow! Oh shit, pare. Okay, anyways, it's also designed to look ang dami talaga. It's like literally filled with every single stroke in that design means something to me. So like, it's also designed not just as a tarot card, but it's also designed as post stamp. I wanted it to look like a post stamp because I wanted that reminder, like that mark that it's made by Filipinos, made by Filipino women, produced in the Philippines. I just wanted that mark that it's Filipino. It's made for Filipinos, made by a Filipina. Even if you're not Filipino, you can use it. But you know, like, even like, I know that there are people who listen to me and watch me and they're not Filipino. And it's like a little post stamp that I'm also sending to them. Like, this is made in the Philippines. It's proudly made in the Philippines. And yeah, it's also designed to look like a tarot card. I don't know if I've made that obvious enough, but it's designed to look like a tarot card. And it's also common practice in tarot, not in tarot, but like in whole magic and all that stuff. People would sometimes buy separate tarot decks for manifestation purposes. So they would take they would take a card. Let's say, for example, they want to manifest strength. So they would take the strength card and they would write their name on it. It's common practice to write on a tarot card to manifest something, when to conjure something. So I wanted to make my own tarot card, ang babaylan tarot card, and write the statement on there. just to like, you know, it's literally like a spell because you're writing on a tarot. Usually you would write on a tarot card, but you're writing on your own tarot card and it's a spell. So yeah, dami ko sinabi. Okay. And then there's also the corners. There are also corners. There's like a sun, there's 2 stars, and then the crystal. The crystal is the logo for Hiraya and me. But yeah, that's also meant to be a Filipino thing, you know, the sun and then the 3 stars in the flag. The orb, the crystal thing isn't exactly a star, but it has like little crystals on it. So I think that also counts. But yeah, that's also meant to symbolize Filipinos, whatever. And the whole banner thing, the one where the words "We are restoring the matriarchy" statement is actually put. That is inspired by the World card, which is an actual tarot card. It's like it's like the sign of completion and stuff like that. Things go around and yeah. Okay, I'm saying so much things. I feel like I sound like such a freaking nerd. Okay. Lastly, I think I'm going to answer one more question. I feel like I dwelled on that question for a really long ass time and my time is almost up and I haven't eaten dinner. It's already 8:22 p.m. Ha 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 ha. Initially, like if you guys saw my story, this is what it looks like. It says "We are restoring the matriarchy." I actually like hand wrote something so that it would look like a handwriting. But then when I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm not really that into the handwriting thing anymore. So I decided on a font. How do you come up with what merch to release? I just went with whatever Hiraya wanted, went with whatever Cleo wanted. I mean, not that that's what they wanted, but like I trusted them so much. I wanted them to. I mean, like, what is something that you think is the best for this? And you know, they were like, I think it would be great if you made a journal, and I was like, okay, sure. Okay. A lot of people are asking about how I came up with the "We are restoring the matriarchy" line. I just want to say that it was like I was brainstorming it for like 3 days straight. I mean, I'm just kidding. I just like wrote a lot of it down and I'm like, I was kind of just like throwing ideas at myself. I was like, okay, I want this and that. At first I wanted to do like fuck the patriarchy and end the patriarchy. And I was like, wait, that's so freaking basic. Like I don't want to say that. So, you know, in my mind I was just like, it has to be a manifestation, basically. It has to be a manifestation. And like when you manifest something, you don't say, I don't want to fail this semester. That's not a manifestation. You don't talk about what you don't want. You talk about what it is you do want. And my camera is dead. That's it. I think I'm done. I'm going to stop talking now. I think I've been talking for way too long. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. Please subscribe to my channel and please continue, you know, supporting the podcast. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Please like the video. Please comment. I swear it helps me out when you do. And yeah. Bye. I don't know how to do the outros. Outro.
The wonderful, beautiful pie.